Flory Models Daily Show. Here we are on Friday, the 2nd of December 2016, and really busy day, massively busy from my point of view. To show for it, absolutely nothing. Ever had one of those days where you've done loads and you know you've done a lot, but actually got nothing to show for it whatsoever? Well, this is definitely one of those days for me. I have done a little bit more. Literally, I've done an hour's worth, and we've been adding surface detail, we've been adding screws and lumps and bumps and bolts to things on this guy and working our way through. By the end of the weekend, this will be ready for paint, and then what we'll do is we'll do the painting section of this and then weathering it and all the bits and pieces. It's only going to be a two-parter, so don't panic too much. This isn't going to be something that's going to be carrying on forever. It's just wanted to show a quick, speedy way of updating this guy and making it a little bit more sharper, shall we say, than the original box, because it's woeful, quite frankly. So a little bit of work on this, a little bit of scratch building, and I show all of this in part 2 of it, and then we'll be able to get it into paint and so forth and so on, and we'll make our way through this one as we go through. Because of today, to be honest, I had a couple of long conference calls sorting out a few bits and pieces. I haven't had time to do a review, which was a bit of a shame, because to be honest, I was going to show the next Edard once, which is the MiG-21 and the thingy build, A4 Skyhawk. Beautiful little kits as well. Great to have them 2 in a box, and you get fantastic box art with them as well. So I was going to show you that one, and then next week what we're going to do is work our way through all the other ones, if that makes sense, that we got down there. A lot of the snap type ones we're going to show, like we showed the AT-AT, you know, actually showing you the kit, and we'll put it together, because let's face it, it's only a 40-minute thing right off the bat, so you can pop them together, and then if we wanted to, we can come back and do what we've done to the AT-AT, and that's to super detail it up and everything else like that. Thank you for all the feedback, good and bad. You guys seem to love the way that we did the review and build in one, so you get a bit of a feel for it and all the rest of it. I certainly enjoy doing this type of thing, and I like taking stuff, as I said before, is mediocre at best, and then turning it into something a little bit more sharper, shall we say, and everything else like that. Don't panic, okay? I've seen to have a flood of emails, especially this morning. I got up and there's like 17 of them, saying about, oh, you know, not really into Star Wars, Phil, and all the rest of it, and I would love to have seen you finish off the Meteor first and all the rest of it. It's not that I'm not doing it, I'm still doing the Meteor. I'll be working on this probably all weekend and everything else like that. So it's not like I'm not physically doing it, it's just that it's Star Wars month, hence the title. But you're still going to be getting, obviously, all the parts up to the Meteor, because the Meteor will be done before Christmas, and that'll be completed and finished. So will all of this lot be completed and finished. And then when we're into the new year, it's a fresh start, a complete fresh start. A lot of changes we've spoken about, a lot you know of, a lot you don't know of with Flory models and things like that. So that's why everything is literally being, all the sort of, you know, loose ends being tied up before January the 1st. And when we get into January, maybe just to February the 1st, then the changes will come into effect. It doesn't really affect anything from your guys' point of view, but non-members, it will affect them. They're going to get a little bit of something else. You're going to get your side of it as well. So from that point of view, there's nothing to worry about. Everything still remains the same, and certainly I'm still going to be doing reviews and everything else as normal. Okay, so we have got other reviews, normal kits coming up through between now and Christmas. It's not like I just tunnel vision purely into Star Wars. It's just that all the builds that I'll be doing for the 1 month will be Star Wars led as we come up and make our way through. It's just that little thing I like to do. It's my sort of wind down bit, if you like, before Christmas, and then working through Christmas as well. It's quite nice to have something that you really enjoy doing, and everything else, it's a bit like not work, if that makes sense, and all the rest of it. Speaking of changes, we have got lots on the forum, so if we just pop over to the forum, we can have a quick look round. Okay, so into the forum, we have had a few changes that Hans has been implementing down in this, and we'll go through those. A lot of them that you can actually see, we've got new little subheadings and down in there and everything else like that. Obviously we've got a lot of new sort of features coming in. I know Hans wanted to implement them, and we'll talk a way through them. Basically at the top, we still got the today area. This is where it's like a mirror of what is on the main site. Okay, so anything that's on the main site will appear in here as well. So all the yesterday's bits and pieces, they'll be down in here. So if you don't want to go to the main site, you can get a copy of everything that goes on just down there. Okay, so that's pretty much straightforward. Then down in the actual section at the top, usual thing, we've got obviously the please read before you're going to do anything on the site. You can do it. The announcement, so that's where we're talking about all the little bit of things that are going on, anything I need you to know, things like that. The prize draws, now technically the prize draw has been delayed because obviously we're going to have a Christmas special, so we're going to do something a little bit special for Christmas and all the rest of it. Now the Christmas show is going to be on, let me just check the date just to make sure I have got this right, because we keep having to rejig it just a little bit. It's going to be on the 23rd of December, so it's the day before Christmas Eve. Should be a lot of fun, so hopefully you guys will all be able to join us for that one. Usual fun and games. Hopefully we'll have the full crew here, everything else. I'm hoping Steve will be able to join in with the Northern guys as well, if they're going to join in with that one, and everything else. And so what we're going to do is give away a couple of prizes just in front of Christmas. So we'll have one sort of super one and a couple of little runners up one for that. So if you're wondering where the prize draw is, it's going to be there, okay, right the way through. Introduce yourself here, hints and tips on how to use the forum, how to use Photo Bucket and all the various bits and pieces you can imagine down in there. The live streaming, the next live streaming for us will not actually be this Saturday. To be honest, I've got so much on, I've got so much to catch up on. I need to spend a little time editing and sorting out things like that. So there's no Saturday show this week because obviously we did it last weekend, but we'll be back obviously with you on Tuesday for the Q&A with me and Steve as we make our way through. We might also have a few builds on the go with that one as well. Okay, right the way through. Questions for the Flory team, as you know, all the rest of it. Flo on the go. I'm sorry to report, I think we've lost Flo. It was always the gamble that this was never going to work, but it looks like Flo has gone because I don't think she ever made it to Canada. We didn't get anything from her when she left to go to Canada, and the various bits and pieces like that. And that was, well, when was she in Canada? Down the last time we knew where she was months ago. Crikey, hold on, I'm trying to find the date. Well, yeah, on the 9th, crikey. So yeah, been many months now. She's been sort of AWOL now for 3 months. So not sure what's happened and all the rest of it. I must admit, very disappointed to have lost her from a personal point of view, because she travelled pretty much around the world with me for a few years before we let her go out. So I don't know what's going to happen there. I think what we'll do, we just total up the monies that we've raised so far. If you haven't had Flo, obviously we'll refund you. And we'll sort something else out next year perhaps, but yeah, a little bit disappointing. I thought we were going to get some good movement and some nice stories to tell, and I don't know, but it's died a death, quite frankly, so we'll just gloss over that somewhat, bless her. Portfolios, things like that, usual bits and pieces down in there. Modelling chat. Now, okay, this is the off-topic one, as we can see down here. All right, so we've got the various things all down in there. Now, technically, modelling chat has been known as a little bit of a dumping ground and general chat and various things like that, okay? So this is going to be sort of rejigged a little bit over the next few weeks, I think. Hans is going to be doing some bits and pieces in there to break that up a little bit, all right? But obviously, we are focusing more on modelling here at Flory Models than anything else, okay? Because as I say, we don't have religion, politics, and all the usual palavers that go on, okay? Anyway, so the galleries, usual things, bits and pieces down on there. I will get back to that as a normal as soon as we get things back on a firm footing and all the rest of it. And then obviously we've got the kits, cheapskate corner, the walk arounds, all the various bits and pieces, modelling help centre, as you know, down in there, things about paints, and then obviously the different genres we work in. Okay, buddy builds that are going on at the moment. Again, I think what we're doing is having a little bit of clear out around that over Christmas. So if you haven't updated in a while, let us know and we'll move them just to normal build areas to free those up a little bit as we make our way through. Obviously the big in Japan, huge group with this particular one. We've got 112 finishes on that. Technically we've got 271 entered into it. So literally you are down to the wire now. You've now got 16 days to get that completed. So there's 2 weeks to get that one finished. So time to push on with that, guys, get those pushed through. The Meet My Metal, that's going to run actually to Christmas Eve on that one, as we're going to push through in there. 60 entered, 16 finished, so time to really get motoring on with those guys, push them through. The big one, obviously for the turkey shoot, that will stay up here till over the weekend, and then I will take the 43 final reveals tomorrow. I will get all your photos off of that, and I will finish up quite a bit of work I've got to do is finish all the reveal videos, because obviously we've still got the Meet My Metal one to sort out and things like that. Okay, so we'll get those sorted and we'll get those done with your names up there, and we'll get the videos put in for that one. Star Wars chat, obviously the various things that are going on in there. So that one started early, so we've got 6 builds on the go and the various things. So that's running now till the 31st, till New Year. Okay, so you can go through with that one. Remember, it can be anything Star Wars related, doesn't matter what. Just pop it down in there and away we go. The warts and all, so this is the subsonic ground attack aircraft helicopter SIG that is going to be going on from the 31st of December to the 21st of May. Okay, so as you said, quite a nice one on that one. Various things going on. Me and Steve are going to be tackling two horrendous kits known as the Trumpeter 132nd, and we're going to be throwing every bit of aftermarket resin and photo etch you can imagine at it. So that should be a lot of fun as well. Remember, all the group builds, past and present, right the way back to 2007, are available down here in the archive section if you want to go through and look at some work from back in the day. Okay, they're down in there just at the bottom. And then obviously we got the various things from buy and sell and the areas down there at the bottom and things like that. So you said plenty of bits and pieces going in the forum to keep you going. Just remember guys, keep your signatures quite short. Let's not have them going on. Let's not have any videos playing in them. All the bits and pieces, keep it nice and clean. And remember to clean up your banners as well. So if your group builds are finished, we turn them off, you'll get a cat appear. If you go around and just delete those from your signature strips and then update it accordingly if you're taking part in any of the new ones and things like that. So there we go. So as always, loads of great work going in the forum. It's growing daily to a huge thing. Massive reference. Remember, the search area works really well in there. Just type in any queries you got, anything you ever think of questions, pop them in there first. You'd be amazed how much has been covered before, and some great video builds and obviously photo builds as well from the other members and things like that. Anyway, today is the 2nd, so we need our advent calendar. This is what we built yesterday. It was slave 1. To be honest, the instructions are pretty much non-existent. You just get a little bit on there, so it is a bit of a thing. So today we have got, what do we have in number 2? Okay, number 2 we get a little man. We actually get, I think he's an enforcer. So we actually get the little droid man in here today, which, let's face it, he's not going to take much to pop this guy together. So we have got a minifig, and he is a little waving man. He looks like a guard actually, train guard, but he doesn't look very happy. Okay, so we pop his little hat on, and he's got a couple of laser guns. He actually gets 2. Okay, if we can get them in. I thought they were buttons to wave for marshalling aircraft, but clearly not. He's obviously a little bit more annoyed than that. But there we go, we have our little minifig, number 2 for that one. So there we go, he goes down there with slave, and we can move along like that. So as I said, thanks for all the feedback on that one. I don't know where it came from either. Mel got it for me. So it's one of those weird things. But I know a load of you were saying Flory effects direct, you can't find one anywhere. But I think you can get from Lego and various bits and pieces direct. But I haven't got a clue where she got it from. So that's about it from me. As I said, I have got a ton of work still to get on with. I've got to get all the videos sorted. I've got to get a load of editing done. I want to get this thing done, finished off and out of the way, and move through so we can get it to the painting stage, and that will clear out everything in here. And then I can get on with the reviews, and we're going to get some of those done up to date. So then next week makes a little bit easier week, shall we say, moving through. So till next week, everybody, happy modelling. Take care.